Howdy folks, this lesson we're talking about Ritchie Blackmore and how Ritchie Blackmore used the blues in his playing. Now a lot of these guys around the sort of 70s time used an awful lot of blues ideas in their playing in the sort of hard rock genre and then kind of into the metal genre really. Modern metal now, not as much to do with the blues, but certainly back in the day hard rock had a lot of blues influence. Now what I've tried to do is take a solo by Ritchie Blackmore, in this case the solo from Highway Star, the live solo, and take it from Ritchie Blackmore and put it back into a blues context. So I'm kind of reversing what he's done in a way and showing you how you can use lots of different ideas in a blues context. So I've kind of nicked some sort of totally verbatim from Ritchie Blackmore and whacked them in a blues solo, and others I've just adapted them a little bit. So I'm going to go through what I've done and show you how I've done that, and hopefully you can have a go at doing that yourself. So I'm taking the solo from Highway Star and it's in the key of D minor, so I'm doing a blues in D minor, so it's a minor blues in the key of D. So we're going to go through the licks one by one. All the tabs for this are on my Patreon page, and there's loads of other stuff on there as well. Lots of bonus material, other things that I cover that I don't cover on YouTube. That's definitely worth checking out. So do click on the link below to check that out. So let's have a look at lick number 1. So we're in D minor position 1, a full tone bend. Okay, remember the tabs on the Patreon page. Full bend. It's a good one to loop round and round. So that's lick number 1. Then lick number 2 is this one. No, this one's lifted directly off the record. It's very distinct. Now basically what I'm doing here, Blackmore is playing it down here across the D chord. I'm playing it across the 4 chord. So I've just moved it up to play it across the G minor chord. And basically it's a G minor triad. It's these notes coming from a G minor triad, and this note, which is the flat 7. So you're bending up to the root, then working down the rest of the triad. Then what I'm doing is when the chords go into D minor, I'm just moving down here where Blackmore plays it. Very distinct, very cool, and something you can just drop over really any minor chord. Then we've got, yeah, so you've got these unison bends. So unison bends is when you're bending to match one note the same as the next note. So I've got an A note here and I'm bending this G note to match it. So yeah, so I'm bending it so it's going like this. So they're both A notes. And then I'm bending these two. Yeah. And then eventually I'm bending up to hit a C note here with this C note here, and that's the flat 7 of the D, starting off on the A, which is the 5th of the D chord. So I'm moving up basically from the 5 chromatically to the flat 7, and you can kind of hear that when it stops going, oh, that's when it's in tune, isn't it? Yeah, so it's important, and if you've got lots of gain on, you can hear that really well. So it's important to get those bends super duper accurate. So from then I go to a fast bit, which is basically this. And I do that 4 times. 4 times. 3 times. So it's fitting across 3 bars, and this is very close to what Blackmore play. You see, you play something very similar to that, where you've got these really fast 16th note lines that are affected by using hammer-ons and pull-offs. So it's position 1 of D minor. Now notice when I'm doing this, I remove this finger. There. You see my index finger moving up and down. Now this is important because otherwise I don't want to get this. I'm just going to try and do it badly now. There, with that dissonance, there you are, with that dissonance going on. But if I lift my finger up, yeah, it mutes that string. It's just a good habit to get into. Rather than leaving it down, lift it up. It mutes the string, and you're less likely to get that dissonance. I mean, you might mute it anyway by just with this finger, but I did get a bit obsessed by muting at one stage. Any sort of little noise, it was like, can't be having that. You know, I think you've got to get a bit of a radar going on, especially with lots of distortion here, those dissonant notes against each other, and I think it just grates. So I'm a bit of a stickler for muting, I think. Right, so after that, I do quite a simple run. Again, Blackmore does this sort of stuff quite regularly, and all it's just going down in semitones. This isn't what Blackmore does, it's just something I've thought of myself. But basically, I'm targeting this D note, and I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the only reason I'm starting off here is so I can end up there at the right time. I kind of worked it backwards. I thought if I start there, oh no, I'm going to end up, no, that ain't going to work, yeah? So I just kind of worked it out like that. So that was sort of premeditated, if you like. And then I finished off by thinking, right, now Blackmore did a bit of harmonic minor stuff. How can I stick something a little bit harmonic minor-y in at the end? So I created a really simple scale pattern, which was this. Yeah, and it's basically, I'm going up the D natural minor scale here. 5, 7, 8, 5, 7, 8. Then I've got 6, 7, 9, 10. So here is my major 7th. This is creating the harmonic minor sound. Here's a flat 5. Major 7. Minor 3rd. Then back to the root again, and I'm just doubling up by going so 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, just with strict alternate picking. So that was my idea for the Ritchie Blackmore solo. Now you should be doing this. You should be taking ideas of other solos and putting them into different contexts. It's a really good thing to do. It also helps with learning the solo, because your brain is looking at it in a different way. And the more different ways it looks at something, the better it remembers something. So it will also help you remember the solo that you're working on, or the ideas that you're working on, better than just doing it in one context. I think it's such a waste when people learn solos really well, and that's all they do with it. They don't do anything else with it. So with my students, I always encourage them to put the ideas in different contexts, put on a completely different backing track. You know, maybe stick it in D minor, but just do it across a slow ballad to start off with and play around with that, you know, something totally different. Then do it in a different key and expand these ideas, add your own different sort of flourishes and embellishments to them. And before you know it, it's become yours and it's become part of your style, and that's how your style should develop. So don't forget to check out the Patreon page, click on the link below. Always like and subscribe. Catch you next time.